How to know if you are cooking the right amount of spaghetti. In the back of most pasta packaging bring these little circles. Just stand pasta on end to measure.
Okay guys, here's a cooking hack. If you ever tried to spray anything with cooking spray, a pan, put it in your sink first and spray it. This way the spray doesn't splatter all over your counter or all over your stove. It makes things a lot easier.
I am no chef, so I like to make things easy. This is by far what I found to be the most mess-free and easiest way to cut my bell peppers. You have to try it out.
There are moments in life when happy mistakes turn into glorious results, and this is one of them. Mashed potatoes made from potato chips. We want 3 ounces of potato chips to go with 1 cup of water. So we got our chips, now to the Evo. In we go. And then with a big spoon, just get them moistened first, because once they get wet, they'll start to break down, and that's what you want. Okay, so now after a couple of minutes, you can see, look, I mean, that looks-ish like mashed potatoes, but we want it a little creamier, so I've got a 1/4 cup of half and half. Half cream, half milk, if you're gonna make it yourself. Now we're talking, dang. And I, ladies and gentlemen, am ready to plate. Let's go. Oh, I love it. Let's go one more. Oh, and the smell.
I can't believe I never knew this. You can use the shell to get a piece of shell out of the egg.
Show me the life hack that you randomly saw one day that is now an unconscious standard practice in your life. I'll go first.
Okay, so there's this trending ramen hack that's going around in Japan right now, so we have to try it.
Into a bowl, you add an egg, some Kewpie mayo, a grated clove of garlic, and the ramen sauce packet. Mix it up really well. Cook your noodles like you normally would. Add in the boiling water and the noodles.
I'm gonna be honest, before TikTok, I never did this. I would just cut off the pieces that stuck out on the end. Now, I can't not do this, and I'm so annoyed.
Show me the life hack that you randomly saw one day that is now an unconscious standard practice in your life. I'll go first.
My secret to the perfect cupcakes, no more greasy bottoms. Put rice on the bottom of the tray. Add liners and fill them as normal. Bake in the oven. Always flip halfway through. Perfect cupcakes. Share with a friend.
This might be an incredibly niche issue to have, but does anyone else find it super annoying when you're chopping broccoli and it gets little fragments everywhere? Next time you do it though, blanch the broccoli head in a little bit of boiling water for a couple of seconds before you chop it, and that should hold everything together nicely and make less mess for you.
I saw a really cool way to make some mac and cheese, and I'm gonna share it with y'all. All right, so you're just gonna add some water, and you just want it to get just about as high up as the mac and cheese is. Don't go much more over that. Okay, you're gonna go ahead and add your cheese now. I've got it turned up on high because you want it to get to boiling. Kind of stir it in there, get it all mixed up. All right, the cheese is all good. It's all stirred in there. And now I'm just going to let it get to a boil a little bit. And then I'm going to add my butter. All right, we're good. We're boiling here. So I'm just going to add some butter. Just kind of eyeballing it. You can add as much as you want, whatever your preference is. And just kind of stir it in there. Get it all melted. It's looking good. I like it this way because it makes the cheese cook all the way through the noodles. and it's going to give it more flavor. And now I'm going to add some salt and pepper. All right, I added some salt. Now I'm just adding some black pepper just to give it a little more flavor. Okay, I turned it down a little bit. It's not on high anymore. And now I'm just adding a little bit of milk. You can even use whipping cream, but I don't have any. So we're just going to do milk. That's looking good and creamy. I'm going to let it cook a little bit longer, just until the noodles are cooked all the way through. And then I'm going to add some shredded cheese to make it cheesier. All right, it's almost done. I'm going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese just to give it a little flavor. Oh my gosh. And then I don't have any regular sliced cheese, so we're just going to put some of this, like shredded cheese. And then we're just going to let this melt real good and it'll be done. Okay, so it's done. Do you all see how good this looks? It is going to be so much better and more tasty than the other way. And yes, the other way is easier, but come on now. Look at this. Look at that. Try it. You'll love it.
Show me the life hack that you randomly saw one day that is now an unconscious standard practice in your life. I'll go first.
Here's a life hack that I learned from my mother. When you're done browning your beef, you just take a paper towel, stick it in the grease, and it soaks it up so you don't have to use a strainer. Just make sure it's a clean paper towel and then just toss it away when you're done. It's a good way of getting all the grease out.
Also take the egg and then crack it like this and put in the water and boil it. So once the egg is ready, just put in a container, get cold water, fill it, close it, and shake it. Like 10 seconds. And then,
wow. Good morning, Karens. After washing 477 dishes, I'm done. Finito. Pasta in a tin, and also I'm going to use the tin as a strainer by sticking a knife in it. You're welcome, everybody.
You guys know that you can flip things in a pan by just flipping the pan? You've been using a can opener wrong this whole time, dude. It doesn't go sideways. It's supposed to go flat like this. And then you twist it along this way. Okay, so I just did the whole thing the flat way, and look, the can opens the correct way without having to dig your fingers around in there. If you want to quickly stop a pot of water from boiling over, just put a wooden spoon on top of it. This works because the wood is hydrophobic, which means that it can't absorb the water, and instead it just punctures the surface tension of the bubbles.
Show me the life hack that you randomly saw one day that is now an unconscious standard practice in your life. I'll go first.
cooking hacks I learned working in restaurant.
If you get an eggshell lost in your egg, just wet your finger and it comes out way easier. Next, I love pickles, but I hate running out of them. So grab a mason jar. This is how you can make them under 1 hour. Add the liquids to the mason jar and then put the liquids into a pot. You want to add the rest of these ingredients and then bring it to a boil. While that's coming to a boil, you want to cut your cucumber to sizes like this. Fill up that mason jar all the way to the top. Add that boiling water directly to the mason jar to that line. Then, scoop in all that nice dill. After 1 hour, cap it. This last one is if you don't have a thermometer and you're cooking steak, you can check how well it's done by your palm.
Apparently if you drop an egg into a pan it cracks perfectly.
Do it.